Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good day. Just decided to make a quick little video, just providing a little update of what I've done to my Steyr AUG in the last few months. I haven't uploaded a video in a while, mainly because I just been busy with shit, busy with life and stuff. But I'm just making this video just because I've owned my Steyr for probably about 6 years now. Just specifically, this is a A3M1 model. Did not originally look like this. As you probably have noticed, I've got a few videos up. The earliest one was probably posted a couple years ago now, but needless to say, it didn't quite look like this. It was substantially uglier, and it just didn't quite have the pizzazz that it has right now. But I made some pretty important, pretty crucial upgrades to it, and I'm just going to talk about those real quick. I'm actually still upgrading it. This thing is still evolving over time, but I'm just trying to optimize the configuration. Since I actually like running a 2-point sling on it now, I figured that out after all these years. But I still have it set up for a 1-point sling just in case I ever wanted to use one. Anyway, long story short, I personally think the previous configurations that I had of this thing were hideous. So I just needed to rework a few things, get a few things ironed out with it, and I'm actually liking it substantially better now. So again, this is the A3M1 model. This is one of the newer variants that have been out for the last few years here. This one specifically, I think, is a 2015. Yeah, it should be a 2015 manufacture date. So they actually still had the FN cold hammer forged chrome line barrels on these, which are probably one of the better variants that you can get. I don't believe they come with those anymore. I believe Steyr actually started nitriding their barrels in-house. Anyway, that's a whole nother tangent I could talk about, but I'm not. As far as the upgrades that we've done recently, I went ahead and got one of these Corvus Defensio M-Lock front accessory rails. These things are actually pretty cool because they allow you to mount accessories forward of the gas block, which this is the gas block right here. Essentially, it just replaces the factory folding grip, which there's a little pin and a spring that attach it to the gas block. You just uninstall that, basically install this rail, which pins into place with this pin right here that you can punch in and out at will. And then it locks into place with these two grub screws. There's actually one right here, and my foregrip here is actually blocking the other, but it locks it in right there. The other one locks in up against the gas block. So it has 3 points of contact right here. It's actually super strong, super sturdy. It ain't going nowhere. And assuming you install it properly, it's rock solid. It's pretty awesome. It is M-Lock on the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions with a little forward Picatinny rail on top. So I attached a M-Lock Picatinny rail down here. Just mounted a Magpul RVG, and this is a Streamlight TLR9. I'm actually just testing this out for now. I believe in the future I'm probably going to upgrade to a Surefire X300, but this thing is actually pretty decent. I mean, spec-wise, they're pretty similar. I mean, you probably debate on Streamlight versus Surefire all day long among some circles, but this will do for now. Other than that, I actually did stipple my grip here. Did a pretty decent job. I'm not really too experienced at doing that, but I think I did pretty well here. The one thing, activated my light here. I'm actually going to upgrade a little more in the future. I'm going to get one of those Corvus Defensio magazine release tabs right here. Probably one of the biggest knocks about the AUG is that the mag release is, it's kind of small, kind of stiff. It's hard to get to back here. It doesn't really poke out too far. They do make enhanced aftermarket buttons that are substantially bigger and easier to actuate. Probably going to do that in the future. If you've noticed versus my last videos, I have a much longer rail here. It goes all the way back to the ejection port, essentially. It does mount the optics a tad lower than the one that I had. But as you can see, it gives you a ton more rail space, which is great. I did actually add a quick detach. As you can see, a quick detach mount for my optic. Just, QD life makes things so much easier. I can remove it and add it at will. I may or may not run some backup sights. Honestly, I don't think they're necessary, but it's just something I might do in the future. I did leave a little single point hook here for those days that I plan on running a single point sling. But yes, I still retain the ability to use a single point sling, which I mounted it pretty much right in the middle of the rifle right here, so it's perfectly balanced when I'm running a single point hook sling, which is what I've been running this thing for years, I should say. But on the other side over here, I actually installed a Midwest Industries QD mount, which replaces the rear takedown pin, and it's actually ambidextrous, so you can switch it to either side super easy. And it's pretty much it for now. I will be replacing this charging handle as well. It's not really a big bother, I should say. I mean, it's easy to run the way that I have the rifle set up, but the one thing that may happen when you're running this under duress is you can see the angle of that charging handle. It sticks out pretty close to the optic, especially right here when you run it. So you do want to run this thing underhanded when you run it. Otherwise, you might end up scraping your knuckles on there, as you can see, which I'm simulating right now. Another thing that I might end up doing to this thing is they have a Corvus Defensio shell deflector. I really want one. They're just stupid expensive. They're about $130 for a damn shell deflector. But they are ambidextrous. You can put them on either side. And, if you ever want to shoot weekend, which, of course, as you can see, I have this thing set up for left side ejection because I am a lefty. If I ever need to transition, shoot it on the other side. It'll keep me from eating brass, which is always a wonderful thing. So, yeah, this is what it looks like now. This is probably one of my favorites, if not the favorite gun, or rifle, I should say, in my collection at least. I absolutely love this thing. It has been 100% reliable. It's fairly accurate, not quite as AR accurate, or not quite AR accurate, I should say, but it's close enough. Combat accurate, for sure, no problem. The quick detach feature of the barrel is awesome. And just in case anybody's wondering, you do have a quick detach barrel with these things. And if you want to see how it is with the non-factory foregrip after this rail has been installed, check this out. One thing you do have to do is lock that back, and then you just press your takedown button. If I can just not actuate the light, still comes out as it would have before. Easy peasy. Reinstall like so. Slap it down. Rock solid. Good to go. So, still functions as it would have, pretty much stock. Still a great gun. These things are extremely reliable. They're not necessarily inexpensive these days, as I'm pretty sure we all know. But if you can get your hands on one of these, you'll probably be pretty happy with it. Again, I know they've made some running updates on the more recent models that have come out. But if you can get your hands on, I think manufactured dates between, say 2013 and 2016, 2017. I know those models are pretty damn good. The older A3 models are awesome as well. I don't have any experience with the newer ones with the nitrided in-house made barrels, but from what I hear, they're not as desirable as these. Bless their heart. But anyway, this gun is great. Again, this is the primary arm Cyclops. It's a 1X prism scope. This is an awesome optic for the money. They're like $240 brand new, but they are tough as shit. They do exactly what you want of them. 1X, no magnification, but the eye relief is super long. I usually park my head right back here behind the ejection port, and I can see through the optic just fine. That's some pretty long eye relief. And, they have bullet drop compensation built into the reticle, ACSS reticle. They are illuminated. For this gun, considering I'm not running any backup sights, I just wanted something that would work, with or without batteries, with or without illumination. This is pretty much the best thing I could ask for. And the cool thing about it wasn't too expensive either. But I mean, it's great. Fits this gun perfectly. Does exactly what I want to out of it. But other than that, yeah, this is the current iteration of the gun. One of my favorites. It'll be evolving just a tad more. Just the magazine release, shell deflector, and charging handle. That's pretty much the only other things I'm going to do to it at this point. After that, I think I'm completely done. As of right now, absolutely love it. Anyway, just a quick update. If y'all guys got any questions, just drop some comments in the videos. I'll probably be publishing a few videos here and there because I've been playing around in the lab, tweaking some stuff. Unfortunately, you know, this is still during the corona apocalypse and the the unfortunate ammo shortages of 2020-21, or 2020 and 2021, I should say. So, you know, it's kind of hard to find ammo and get out there and shoot unless you're, you know, man-whoring yourself or selling some organs or something. But I plan to do it pretty soon. And just put things through their paces. But yeah, this thing as is hasn't been better. Anyway, y'all have a good one.